Dana was the same way. The teachers would bring in a cart so we could watch college basketball.
ACC tournament. Yeah, that's all of us in the 80s. We remember that. Yeah.
That's it. All right, guys. It looks like we're already going live, so let's go ahead and play that music, and we'll come back on the other side. Hey guys, and believe it or not, ESPN contacted me this weekend and asked for permission to run that clip, and it's been on and off their social media platforms a few times. Did you say you've seen it, Jack?
Yeah, I saw. I reposted on the NC Prep's Instagram account.
I thought that was pretty cool. A couple of the other media entities, like last year, it looks like we lost Jack already, came back and like CBS posted it last year without asking me. They just kind of ripped it off, but I thought it was really cool that ESPN asked for permission. So I kind of made me feel nice that there's still some humanity in the world. So what's going on, guys?
Good clip.
It was a great clip. And it looks like we might have Jack back. Hey, welcome back, Jack.
Hey, you guys.
There we go.
So, hey, I was thinking, I was looking at that intro, and I know it's got Dina and my name on there, but maybe we need to make it like the Brady Bunch and have like all of our pictures pop up. That might be cool.
Yes, that would be cool.
Because it seems
like the Friends, actually.
Yeah, it seems like we're starting to get all this synergy, all of us working together. It was really cool to hear Tally and Brianna kind of correspond and interact together at the VTO Combine this weekend, and I could see some definite bonding going on there with you guys going around. I also could see, you guys were quite the popular pair, because anywhere you guys went, I seen all the players wanting to follow behind.
Oh, Lord.
To get some good interviews.
Yeah, we did.
And what do you think, Dean? I mean, I thought that was a great combine this weekend. I think Vince and all the guys at VTO really knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, we had plenty of interviews, and like you said, I turned around, looked, and there they were. They were like in a huddle, like 10 players. They were like, I think they were kind of lining up to get interviews. So you other guys, get ready. When we get close to you guys, it's going to be fun.
Yes, I'm excited.
All right, so I was going to stall and wait a few minutes before we hit our first interviews. But Brianna, I've got to know, you were wanting to say something to Jack before we came on the air.
Yes,
we've got to know.
A question. I saw on your Instagram that you had a prediction for the Wake Forest Clemson game. And I was wondering how you thought Wake Forest was going to put up 22 on Clemson.
Okay, so I was trying to be nice because my sister goes to Wake Forest, and she's like, "Yeah, we've got a chance." And in my head, I'm like, "No way!" So yeah, I was trying to be generous, but yeah, that Wake Forest just got smacked in the mouth. And Clemson. Now with the Big Ten playing, I don't know, Ohio State may be better, but Clemson is just insanely good. So, yeah, there's the backstory of why I gave Wake Forest the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I just had to know.
So what was the best game? What was the best game of the weekend? I think the best game was probably that Charlotte versus Appalachian.
Yeah.
At least here in the Carolinas.
And it was
in the Carolinas,
really
and throughout the whole country, I would either say Texas State and UTSA went to double overtime. The Texas State kicker missed the game-winning extra point to send it into overtime, and he missed the game-winning field goal to win the game in overtimes. So that was a really interesting game to look at. But the App State UNC Charlotte game was fun to watch too.
What kind of chance? And UNC Charlotte's going to be without Davie County quarterback Chris Reynolds, their quarterback. Who Chris, by the way, when he was at Davie County, one of the most electric competitors, one of the best quarterbacks I've seen in the past 5 or so years. Without him leading the 49ers, what kind of chances do you give them against the Tar Heels Saturday? And now I'll let you go, Jack.
Yeah, I would say really close to none, and even even with him there, the Tar Heels are looking super sharp this year with Sam Howell, De'Ami Brown, Daz Newsome, and then in the back you got Javonte Williams. He had 3 touchdowns last week. So the Tar Heels are looking like they may have a shot to maybe be that second team in the ACC this year. Obviously Notre Dame, and then you got a big game this week with Miami and Louisville. That's going to really determine who is going to fight for that position in the top of the ACC. But I think the Tar Heels have a good shot of making it to the ACC championship. But I think UNC Charlotte is building a good program. So if we're talking about this year and next week, I would say UNC wins by a lot of points.
Yeah, I think it would be about as much as they want it to be. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Notre Dame. I thought that game with them and Duke was a great game. I don't know if Notre Dame isn't possibly as good as I thought they would be, or maybe Duke. I think Duke might be a really good team. So
yeah,
I think that was a good game.
Chase Bryce from Clemson, the transfer, really showed that he is committed to the team, and I think obviously David Cutcliffe being the quarterback whisperer coaching Peyton Manning, I think they're going to make a great duo, and I think Duke, people kind of went into the season thinking they were going to be super bad, but I think Chase Bryce is going to lead them, and they're going to be a team that maybe is able to pull an upset over a team that maybe like UNC even, or like Miami, that they aren't really supposed to beat. They don't have the talent, but maybe Chase Bryce can lead them to a surprising victory this year and a pretty good year.
One school I want to mention, give a shout out to Campbell, Coach Mike Minner. They beat Georgia Southern.
They did.
Yeah.
That was a big win for their program, because we know what kind of program Georgia Southern's had. Them, like Appalachian State, they were really a power in the 1AA before they made the jump. So shout out to Coach Minner and the Camels.
Yeah.
Also, another, we talk about Sam Howell and everything he's done at Carolina, but Grayson McCall from the same county, Union County, had a great game for Coastal Carolina against Kansas.
Yeah. Coastal had a good game.
Yeah, and poor Les Miles in Kansas.
They're
not going to be so good. But Coastal Carolina is going to have a good year.
Yeah, I think that's going to be our assignment for you guys. Each week we're watching college ball. I want you to kind of take notice of some of the former athletes from your areas, because the thing here at NC Preps is we're covering tomorrow's stars today, really, on the prep gridiron. So keep a good eye out for guys that that are from your neighborhoods, and let's kind of keep a tally of how they do in their college games. Hey, Jack and the other Jack P. Did you watch the NBA this week?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Jack Camucci, I'll let you get your take on the NBA first.
Man, well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I lost a lot of money yesterday.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, crazy. The whole week, too, I had the Raptors beating the Celtics. I had the Clippers winning everything since, the beginning of the year. That's basketball, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Hey, looks like your mom, Jack, is posting about you.
I don't know why she is doing that, but
hey,
it does look
she's
like
your mom. She can post
Proud mom.
That's right. She can post all she wants. But hey, let's be careful betting your money though, Jack.
Yeah.
If I had any money to bet, I probably would have bet on the Clippers too. But
I don't have any money.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't watch pro basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I don't really like the NBA. But that when the Nuggets came back from that 3-1 deficit, anytime you can come back from a 3-1 deficit is fun to watch. So that was really fun to watch, and I don't know, maybe Kawhi Leonard or Paul George gets traded or wants to move, and I think this is going to shake up a lot of things. And then you got LeBron James from the Lakers looking to win a championship in his third location, and maybe that solidifies him as I'm a Jordan guy, so Jordan's obviously the GOAT. But I think it's going to be an interesting rest of the playoffs, and I think it's been a good start to the playoffs, and we'll see how it ends out.
Well, good deal. Jack, you're back. We're going to start with you tonight, but before we do, I've got a question, and I really want to get your take on it because you are the guys that are still in school. and really Tally and Brianna and maybe even you, Jack Leary, kind of get your take on it. Just your thoughts of being in school, at least on a part-time basis, actually in the building these first couple of weeks coming back. I know that Chelsea and Jack, I know you guys have been more on the virtual side of things. But kind of give us your take of do you feel safe and have you to kind of give us an idea of how different it is now in this COVID landscape that we're in and maybe your thoughts on it. And do you think we shouldn't have gone back or do you think everybody should be back? And Tally, I'll start with you.
Okay. Yeah, I do feel very safe at our school. We have a cohort A, B, and C. C is all online, and I'm B, so I go Wednesday and Thursday. My biggest class has 17, but we're in a very large room. We sit desk apart. And I went to school more for the extra math and some of my AP classes, but otherwise I think I would have been fine going online. But I did just want to go to school to see those people I haven't seen in a long time and just get that extra guidance.
Yeah. How's it been different with lunch? Do you guys actually go to the cafeteria? You eating in your classroom? How's that been working out?
Okay, so we have 2 blocks a day. They're 3 hours apiece. So at the end of our first block of the day, we'll have a lunch period, and we'll just go to the cafeteria. One student will, and come back to the classroom, and we're going to all eat our lunch in there.
Brianna, I know you've been to school as well. Give me kind of how's it been going for you so far?
It's going pretty good. I go on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays no one goes to school, and then you have cohort B going Thursday and Friday. So on Wednesday's like a cleaning day. I feel really safe because we've got a lot of precautions. Like in school, you go one way around the building. You can't go an opposite way and all this stuff. But honestly, I would be fine with everyone going back just because I miss the feeling of everyone being there and miss sports and having all the benefits of being a senior. And we don't really get any of those right now. So hopefully come around winter and springtime that we'll have those benefits as a senior and everyone will be there.
Is everyone wearing a mask and doing
yeah,
how they
everyone wears masks.
That
We have to eat lunch in our rooms.
yeah.
We don't go to cafeterias.
Yeah.
What about you, Jack? I know you just kind of chimed in right there.
Well, I like Tally. I go on Thursdays and Fridays only, but I would just say I am very glad that I'm going 2 days a week, but it is very difficult to interact with other students while we're at school. Just because you're 6 feet apart, you have a mask on. So even when you have a mask on and you're 1 foot apart, it's hard to talk to people. Imagine 6 feet apart. So you can't really talk to other people. But I think what the benefit is and kind of what you're at school to do is it's easier to learn in person. So when I'm going to those 2 days, I feel like I'm learning a lot more. So that's why I think going 2 days is better. I don't know how it would work if we went everybody 5 days a week. That may be a little bit too much, but I think we found the perfect balance going 2 days a week. And I think even going all virtual would have its benefits, but I think going 2 days a week is perfect.
And Chelsea and you and Jack, you two represent the 2 largest school districts in the state with Wake County Public Schools and Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools. So you have both been virtual at least for these first 9 weeks. And Jack, I'll start with you. Just your thoughts. Would you rather be in school? Are you happy with the virtual academy? Just your thoughts so far in the first few weeks of class.
Well, like Jack said, it's better to learn in person. It's definitely more effective. It's not really the same as being in the classroom. It's not, you don't get the same experience. It's harder to get help from a teacher through online as well. So if someone has a question on certain things, it's not the easiest to flag them down. But besides that, I cannot complain too much about it. It could be a lot worse. So, but yeah, I would like to go back to school, definitely.
For sure.
Chelsea?
Well, I'm virtual, and I mean, my teachers have done a great job in it, at least the best they can, adjusting. And I mean, it hasn't been terrible, but it's still not the same, like Jack said. And I just miss when, I guess you could say normal, when you could do sports and interact. And I don't know. I mean, I don't mind it, but I definitely want to go back.
I understand. I would want to go back as well. School was a big social event for me back in the day when I was there. Dina, what about you, Dina? Were you there to go to school, or were you there to play sports and see your friends?
Oh, for Mike's muted.
Oh, Dana, you're muted.
Sorry. I liked the whole experience. You know, friends were at school. Of course, I was involved in athletics, so it was total. You know, I liked all parts of school, from the morning till it was time to leave. It was pretty cool back in those
And I'm
days.
afraid, the experience that you and I probably had is totally different than what these guys have experienced. And then, I hate that because, I want them to enjoy all of it. But, I'm very happy to have grown up in the era that I did. And we lost Jack, and now Jack's back. We're going to bring you back. And I'm glad you're here, Jack, because we're going to go ahead and kick off our segments that you guys worked really hard on this week. And we're going to start with you. Tell us about who you interviewed this week, and then just kind of give us a preview.
I interviewed Evan Smith. He is starting guard for Ardrico. Yeah, he's probably one of my favorite players. You're going to see it in the interview. He's one of my favorite players to watch. The guy, he's just entertaining. He has like he has like an it factor that makes me like watching it. I don't know. Something about him. Watching him play is always like a fun thing. Like compared to all of the, I've seen a lot of players play, but he definitely stands out.
Well, let's watch the video and see. Let's see how you did. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. This is Jack with NC Preps. I'm here interviewing Evan Smith. Evan, introduce yourself, man.
I'm Evan Smith. I'm a junior at RGK.
You play basketball, right?
Yeah, class of 2022. I played varsity since freshman. I started my freshman year.
Yeah, so he's a good player. I'm letting you guys know. So how has your AAU season been this year, and how has it been different from other years?
Well, it's definitely been different from other years. I mean, it wasn't the AAU season we wanted as getting seen-wise. I didn't get the opportunity to play the whole summer, but it was good just getting back into it and playing basketball again after such a long break.
Yeah, I bet. And what is happening as far as the school season, and how are you guys preparing?
All right, so we are having a season. We're going to have 14 games this season plus playoffs, so hopefully 19 games if we go to the state championship. We're supposed to start workouts in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then our first official practice is December 4th, I want to say.
Okay. And any preparations as far as who you guys are going against in the conference? Anything you guys are taking as far as extra for this year compared to the other years?
Right now, we're just focusing on ourselves right now and getting ourselves ready for this season. I don't think the schedules came out so far. We're just building right now, trying to get to our best.
Okay. How have you been training throughout the break and upcoming to this season?
Right. The whole summer I've been going hard. I mean, 2 to 3 workouts a day. I'm just trying to be the best player I can, and I want to be good this year. Like, I want a state championship, so just trying my best.
I think it's gonna come this year. I have a feeling. So I've seen you guys put in work through everything. I mean, I watch you guys put in work when I was watching and everything. So you guys have been working hard all throughout, and it's gonna pay off for sure. And
Sure.
This is an interesting question. I was thinking about it. So I've watched Evan play since I was like in 7th or 8th grade. He must have been like in 6th or 5th grade. And in 7th grade, I said, dude, this kid is gonna be like nice. He's gonna be a good player. So different from anyone else I've seen playing basketball, he has this entertainment factor to him. Like I've never watched another basketball player in high school, at least, that like catches the eye more than you have. I don't know if it's the moves combined with the athleticism. There's always something. Watching you play is kind of like it catches the eye. It's like art in motion. So, do you ever try to entertain the crowd with flashy plays? And is it important for you to get the crowd involved?
Well, I definitely think it's important to get the crowd involved. And RGK, it's not hard to do that. Once the crowd gets going, you get more confidence, and then you start trying things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, might pull out something out the bag.
You're right.
So
I saw you do a 360 pass during the game. I was like, whoa, it's crazy. I have that on film, by the way.
You know what I'm saying?
So, and your goals for the upcoming year?
Definitely a state championship. Personal goals, I definitely want to make the all-conference team, all-state team, all-district team. I feel like I'm definitely one of the best players in the city, if not the state, and I want to prove that this year.
I agree, by the way.
Appreciate you.
By the way. And that'll be it, actually, for the interview. Thank you again, Evan, for sitting with me and taking the time to answer these questions. Good luck to you with the rest of the season. I'll probably be there to film and stuff. Audrey Kell, go strong. And yeah, best of luck to you guys. I'll see you in a bit.
I appreciate it.
Man, great job, Jack. And Jack, you ain't even know. Here we go. Wait, hold on. You took off. Great job, brother. I thought you did a tremendous job. I love how I like how you get your interviews together. You tie in more than just sport. You kind of mentioned a little bit of art, which the art of sport. I can kind of see a trend right there, and just want to say that was a tremendous video.
Audrey Kell, Coach Kraft. He was at Wingate when I was at Wingate, so me and him go way back. So
that's awesome.
Tell him I said hey.
I will definitely.
All right, a great job, and I love seeing the work. And by the way, all five of you, the first couple of weeks is having to do some edits here and there. I don't think I had to do a single thing to either of your videos this week. I mean, came straight out of the box, really good, really ready to go. Outstanding work. And from there, let's go ahead and shift over to Brianna and see what you had. I know you collected your interviews and you talked to a lot of different players at the Vto Camp Sunday. But tell us before we crank the video up who you talked to.
This week I decided to do Travis Shaw. He is a 2022 graduate of Grimsley High School, and he's the #1 defensive tackle in North Carolina. And just to have that title, I just thought that's so cool to walk around and be like, yeah, I'm the #1 defensive tackle in North Carolina, and everyone knows your name. Like, that's just something to me that's so cool. And I couldn't imagine being known like that. So, and having 13 offers as a 2022 graduate, I thought was pretty cool, and probably getting more soon. So I just wanted to talk to him and get to know him a little bit more.
Outstanding.
Travis is a top 7 national player, Brianna.
Yeah,
so
I don't doubt it.
He's an elite prospect that has an excellent chance. If everything goes right, he will be in the NFL in a few years. So you picked a really good one. There was a lot of good choices there.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, without no further ado, let's see the video.
I'm a 2022 graduate of Grimsley High School, Travis Shaw, who is also the #1 defensive tackle in North Carolina. How has COVID affected your recruitment process?
Really, it just affected it by me not being able to showcase my talent and being able to put my brothers on. They go to Grimsley, not being able to put them on, bring them to camp. I brought 1 and 8, so that's good.
With COVID-19 and sports delays, what did you do to prepare for today?
Really, it's really just to showcase what I've been working on since COVID started, but just staying mentally focused, still trying to get after it, trying to get better every day.
For anyone watching right now, what are 3 words to describe yourself as an athlete?
Trench kid, dog, relentless.
What makes you most excited about football?
To me, it's just physical. It's not like with basketball or anything, it's not a whistle if they get a foul or anything like that. And it's like I can physically beat a man up without any consequences.
What, in your opinion, makes an excellent player?
A leader. Every excellent player is not the best player on the team. You got to have one, that the voice of the team, where the coach say something, they not listening, where you can be able to go in there, and you can get the team in check in the locker room. So I wouldn't say the best player on the field, but the most respected on the field.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
Best advice I've ever received. Probably just from DJ Reader. Basically just telling me to remain focused and everything. Since we was on the same type path, anything's possible.
And I know that personally Clemson is my school, so I know you have an offer from Clemson. So what is your opinion on the coaching staff and just the team there?
I mean, Clemson is they're a great school. You got Coach Bates, Coach Sweeney. They all so cool. It's like they big brothers, even though it's like official. So I mean, it's just they make me feel like I'm at home, family wise. So I mean, that's always a plus.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
All right, great job. And I brought you two together because I'm going to go straight to you, Tally, here in just a second. But great job, Brianna, and great to see you two work as well, working really well together Sunday. I thought y'all had a lot of fun and got a lot accomplished. I think we had some conversations on how to conduct some interviews, and I really seen some growth by both of you. So tremendous work.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to go straight to you, Tally. But first, give us a breakdown of who you decided to speak with.
Okay, I talked to Albert Red from Glenn High School. He's a 2022 outside linebacker. And I actually just, before the show started, looked on his max preps. He plays basketball, too. I didn't know that when I was interviewing him. So he's a dual sport athlete. And he just came up and talked to me at the camp. He was really well-versed. Seemed to have a lot to say about the season. So that's who I interviewed.
And I got Dina here as well. She also picked a good one to interview, didn't she, Dina?
Yeah, Albert, he is 3-star, a top 20 player in the state for the class of 22. Been picking up some offers lately. He's already got offers from Carolina, Louisville, and West Virginia. So he's an up and rising star.
Outstanding. Well, let's watch the video and we'll see how you did.
Welcome to the third episode of Time Out with Tally. I'm your host, Tally Hagler, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking to 2022 prospect Albert Red from Glenn High School.
Hey, I'm here with Albert Red from Glenn High School at the Vto Sports Combine. He's a 2022 graduate.
Yeah, don't play.
Now, Albert, what are you looking to accomplish at this combine today?
I'm just looking here to get good time, get good reps with my guys. It feels good to be back on the field in the competition, missing out on the season.
Yeah, sure. Glenn High School, what do you think is going to be your strengths this year?
We'll definitely have a way better offense this year. And our defense will definitely come back strong.
Okay. Now, season's been postponed to February. What were your thoughts on that when that first happened?
It kind of hurt me a little bit because 3 of my teammates are leaving early for college, but it gives me more time to get better and stronger for my junior year.
Of course. Speaking of getting better and stronger, what have you been doing since we got shut down in March? What have you been doing since then to get better?
Since we've been out of school, I've always been working out and training, but now since I'm up at Torque Performance, shout out to my guy Adam, but Monday through Thursday working hard.
What offers do you have out there right now?
I currently have 6 offers from Chapel Hill, Louisville, West Virginia, Akron, Liberty, and Oldham.
Okay. And what are you looking the most forward to this season?
Just getting back on the field with my guys, getting ready for college.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Albert.
That's it for this week's episode of Time Out with Tally. Be sure to come back next week and to keep up with Albert Red.
Great job. I thought that was a tremendous interview. Jack, looks like you got the lights off. Well, we're going to go from Tally to Jack Leary. Jack, tell everybody who you interviewed this week, and let's go ahead and see the video. You got your mic muted, by the way.
Yeah, so I decided to interview Redford Dunton, also goes by Red. I decided to interview Red, who recently really transferred from Heritage to Millbrook, and it was kind of a weird decision because, they're not that far apart, and goes public school to public school, and so I thought that was interesting. And then even more recently, he decided to commit to Purdue Fort Wayne in Indiana, which I thought was kind of weird. And if people don't know, it's a D1 school, so I wanted to get his take on why he did that. And he's just a really interesting player, and I loved to watch him play when I got to watch him play this past season, so it was a perfect kid to interview.
Well, are you familiar with him, Dina?
Yeah, he's a name to look out for on the hoop scene. Plays on a great team, a loaded team, and so I expect Millbrook to be one of the top teams in the state this year.
For sure.
Without a doubt. Let's check out the video, Jack.
Welcome to the fourth week of the NC Preps Premier Prospect segment. Today, we have one of the top basketball players in the state, Redford Dunton, who goes to Millbrook High School in Raleigh and is also committed to Purdue Fort Wayne. Red recently transferred from Heritage High School to Millbrook. Red, I just want to get what you are looking for the most and some of the opportunities that you're looking forward to while playing at Millbrook.
Yeah, no, for me, it's just trying to play the best competition I possibly can. Not even maybe during the regular season, but inside practice or just like regular scrimmages or just regular days. I mean, I just want to be challenged, whether it's by, younger guys, older guys. So I just feel like it was the perfect situation for me to honestly just elevate my game and kind of prepare for college.
Yeah, and also got Eric Vanderheiden on that team, so that's definitely going to be a great team and a team that's going to be looking to win a state championship. Sure. Also, Red is committed to Purdue Fort Wayne, which is a D1 school in Indiana. Red, I mean, that's not really a school that is really common around here. I just want you to take the floor and kind of what was the reasoning and some of the main reasons that you decided to commit there?
Yeah, for sure. So for me, Purdue Fort Wayne, right away I had an instant connection with the coaching staff there. One of my good friends when I lived in Georgia, Jared Godfrey, is going to be a junior there next season, and I'll be playing with him my freshman year. So him kind of made me feel more comfortable with the whole location thing. Obviously they've showed me a lot about the area and described the area a lot to me. So, I mean, it just seemed like a really nice town. It honestly reminds me of downtown Durham where the Durham Bulls play. So I was kind of familiar with that kind of feel and that vibe. So not only that, but obviously, having a connection with the coaching staff and just kind of going somewhere where I feel like not only am I going to elevate my game, I'm also going to become a better person when I'm said and done. So that's what it was for me.
Awesome. And shifting back to high school, obviously this is going to be a crazy season
Sure.
with the corona and all that stuff. What have you been, because public school has been pushed back into 2021 to start the season, what have you been doing and what do you think you're going to do before the season starts that is going to give you the best chance to play your best ball this upcoming season?
Yeah, for me, honestly, I've just been in the weight room a lot. I'm trying to put on some weight, not only for the high school season, but, just for all my future basketball career. So big part for me has just been, getting stronger so I can finish better around the basket and just take contact and, just continue to be a knockdown three-point shooter, My numbers kind of went down last year. I mean, I still shot about 33%, but I still want to be up near that 40 range. So just those two things have been really important for me.
Yeah, gotcha. Then moving to our last two questions. For people that don't know you off the basketball court, what is something that you just enjoy to do in your free time, stuff like that?
Yeah, for me, honestly, I just like to watch a lot of movies or shows on Netflix. And I kind of just chill out with the family, girlfriend. So I mean, honestly, I'm pretty simple off the court. I mean, I guess one unique thing I could say about myself is that I really like cooking, but I hate doing dishes. So you don't see me cook that much. Yeah, that's one thing I'd say off the court.
Yeah, that seems like a chill dude. Seems like I love cooking and doing dishes kind of sucks, but those don't really go together. So
yeah, exactly.
And then finally, our last question, Red. Somebody who has never watched you play before, what are some of the key things that you would say, some key words that would describe your game in a few sentences or a few paragraphs?
Yeah, I think the main word that describes my game would just be versatility. at 6'7", I'm pretty skilled with the ball in my hand, and I do a lot of good things such as rebounding, passing, and I can shoot a little bit. So that's probably the main parts of my game. I think an underrated part of my game is my ability to affect the game with the ball not in my hand. I'll go take a charge, or set a good screen, or make that extra pass. So I mean, either way, like I just feel like my game personally, I have an effect on the game no matter if I have the ball in my hand or not. So
awesome. Well, Red, me and the whole state of North Carolina is excited to see you and Millbrook take the court this year, and thank you so much for doing this interview.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you reaching out, man.
Awesome.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Great job, Jack. Red Dunton from Millbrook High School, and we got Chelsea. And Chelsea, who are we
Rachel
talking
Douglas,
to tonight?
she's from Millbrook too.
That's what I thought.
Good show today.
Two big time. Hey,
Definitely.
Millbrook's a great basketball school, both the women and the men.
Is Sanderson and Millbrook, do they have a
Big
little rivalry
yeah.
being there
We're
both
only
in Raleigh?
2 miles apart, so probably the biggest rivalry I'd say in Cap 7.
Dang.
Maybe Leesville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Chelsea, tell us again, kind of give us the breakdown of this young lady you talked to, and kind of tell us how this interview came
I did
about.
Rachel Douglas, and this was my first time really talking to her. But since 7th grade, when we could do sports in middle school, we've been in the same conference, and she dominated, girls basketball even then. And then I managed varsity volleyball. One of the seniors were like, "This girl, she's a freshman. Volleyball is not even her main sport, basketball." So, dual sport athlete on varsity. I think that's crazy, and she has 10 Division I offers. So, extremely impressive.
Outstanding. Well, let's see this video and see how you did.
This week, I interviewed Rachel Douglas, who's a dual sport varsity athlete, both volleyball and basketball, and she is class of 2023. Rachel has recently gained lots of attention for her basketball, including 10 Division I offers this past year. My first question for Rachel is, playing both varsity volleyball and basketball your freshman year, how have those two sports gone hand in hand, and how has playing varsity helped you welcome yourself into high school and high school athletics overall?
A dual sport athlete and playing varsity for both volleyball and basketball. On the court, it really helped me get used to the feeling, get comfortable to the feeling on the court for basketball, because I was already kind of used to the high school feeling of sports. I was able to adapt to the feeling on the basketball court probably quicker than some of my other freshman teammates on varsity for basketball. And off the court, it just kind of helped me jump right into high school and not be as nervous as a freshman that wasn't playing both sports before school started or whatever. It just kind of helped me jump right in and make new friends quicker, because it's people will know you and they'll speak in the hallways, and it just makes you feel more comfortable already.
My second question is, in moving the focus to basketball, how would you describe yourself as a basketball player on and off the court?
How would I describe myself as a basketball player on and off the court? On the court, or both on and off the court, I'm really an energetic person. I don't really like to sit still for too long. I'll always on the court, I'll always be the one to make a joke or whatever, because it's good to be focused while playing basketball, but it's always good to have fun. So always making that joke or whatever, or finding something to laugh about. Off the court, I'm really an energetic person. I like to make people laugh. I like to annoy people, kind of. Not really annoy, but I like to mess with people to just get them get their spirits or their energy up, kind of. I don't like being bored or whatever, not having anything to do. So I'm gonna make something to do.
So Rachel, since you have been gaining offers since freshman year, what has the recruiting process been like at such an early stage in high school?
For me, this past year, it's been really good. I picked up a couple of offers. I had some before quarantine, and that was when we were able to go on visits and able to go to games and stuff. But it's been really different since we've been in quarantine. we're literally just calling coaches. Like, we're literally just doing Zoom calls. Like, we can't go to the schools and visit them. So it's really been different, but like to see how they adapt to it and stuff. But it's been really fun. Like the Zoom calls, like we'll play like games like Pictionary, Hangman, stuff like that. It's really cool though, just to build those relationships.
So, since regular school practices have been canceled and even some AAU practices too, how have you been taking training into your own hands this summer?
Down really at the beginning of the whole COVID quarantine thing, but it picked back up really. So we've been having like practices and workouts like every day, spread out really. Like we'll have one in the morning, maybe one in the middle of the day, or maybe like one at like 6:30 or whatever. But it's really picked up, and I know every athlete missed it. Like we still missed the traveling part, but we missed this part too, like just being able to see our teammates and stuff.
So, finally, Rachel, what can we expect your sophomore season at Millbrook, and what are some of your personal goals?
Some goals I'm striving for this year as a sophomore for basketball. I really just want to be a better leader and trying to get really a better understanding of how to pull a team along. Cause next year we're gonna be really young or whatever. Because most of our team this year are seniors, so they're all going to be gone after this year. So I'm going to have to figure out, a way I can, pull my teammates along and, find my role within the team, to help us be most successful.
Thank you so much for the interview, Rachel, and for everyone else, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Rundown by Chelsea Sipple.
Great job, Chelsea, and great job, everybody. And I like how you've mixed it up from, football, basketball, and getting athletes of different sports. I think that's really cool, and just a big pat on the back to all you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think we're getting better every week.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and again, the fact that you're interviewing people with different sports, I think that's the coolest part, getting out of your comfort zone, people outside of your school. I'm thinking next week, Dina, I think these guys are ready. I think when we start the show, I think I want to kick back and let one of these guys host a show and then just kind of run. And I'm looking at you guys and wanting to know who wants to be the first one to host on their own next week.
Jack, he's a pro already. He has his show, I knew he'd probably be raising his hand.
All right. Well, we're gonna put to the test on you next week, and I'm already looking forward to it. So make sure you guys start working on your interviews. Let me know who we're going to talk to. I think we do finally have some football maybe kicking off next week, so we got to work on that. Before we get out of here, as always, Dina, and kind of give you the last word.
Well, I was just going to say something about our the VTO camp that we had at Matthews. We had 150 kids there, and we had some college coaches there that check out some of these kids. And we don't have a camp this coming weekend, but the 27th, we're going up the mountain. We're going to be in Asheville at Asheville High School. I'm looking forward to it. Wonderful opportunity. Then heard from some college coaches today that they're going to be up there and check out some of the kids. And so be sure to go to the NC Preps for the recaps. We had the award winners. They give out awards for the fastest guy, Rah Billworth, then a 4.43 on the laser. That was extremely fast. But just wanted to give out a shout out to BTO Sports for helping put this on. So, guys, great job, and can't wait till next week. And then the next week we might have some football highlights.
We might have some highlights. So, guys, I appreciate it. Any of you guys want to say any final thoughts before we get out of here? I'll give you guys the floor.
Good job, guys, and I can't wait till next week.
Yeah, I thought those
Yeah.
videos were really good.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a good time at the VTO.
Me too. I liked our bonding. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any interviews from the camp, post them on the Instagram because our Instagram is doing
Yeah,
good.
check out the website and the YouTube channel. We hope to put several of their other interviews because I know they were busy. Every time I looked up, they were shooting videos. So check out NC Prep. Check out the YouTube channel. Check us out on Twitter and Instagram. Jack was rolling those things out all day today and during the weekend. So thank y'all for joining us.
Well, great job, guys. We'll do it again next week, and thanks for all the work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.